Okay, I said I was going to do it, so I might as well. Try and show you how to train a grapevine here. Now this is existing wire that they're all on. As you can see, due to set height machine pruning, they all end up pretty knobbly and pretty gnarly. And basically 15 years of that sort of pruning neglect means we have to get a new wire and basically get ones like this and train them onto the new wire. Now, this one isn't terribly good really because it's facing out the opposite way. We're trying to get them to go over the wire this way and then round. But you got to sort of work it around and do it. I might use another one. This little tiddler here. Don't know how I walk past this one. This is only very small, and you sort of want your thicker ones that are, you know, at least sort of like this. You know, if they're 3/8 or something, that's really good. You know, 10 mil or something, that's good. But what you can do, here comes the flaming wind. What you can do is get these things and actually shape them the way you want them to go to an extent, because you can actually bend these and you'll sort of hear it cracking a little bit, and you can turn it the way you want it to turn, and you're not actually sort of snapping it full on snap, but you sort of just get your fingers in like that, you know, one there, another one there, and you can push it in the middle and just sort of, usually I just get it and sort of go like that, you know, and just sort of you don't want to go stupid and just sort of snap it off like that, but you can sort of knead it into place, or sort of just work it around, you know, with... Now your buds at this stage, when it's in the dormant stage, your buds are sort of hard and they've sort of got like a little brown shell over the actual bud. And if that shell's removed, there goes the whole lot. You can see underneath it's sort of fluffy. But they're reasonably hard, so you can probably put your fingers on them without completely destroying them, and you just sort of work it around. But you get ones... I'll get this crap out of the way. Like this, which is really too small for it, but I'll just show you this one anyway. And to make it go the right direction, need to leave it down below and then wrap it on. You basically just spiral it round like that. See if I can find a sort of better one. I'll come back to this big one here that I had before. I sort of managed to wiggle it around. You've got to be careful that you sort of don't just snap it. So when you go around posts and whatever, you just sort of, you know, have it up as a bit curved like that and work it under. And this probably won't quite really work the way I want it to. But as long as we get most of it there without snapping the damn thing. Here you go, you can hear it's creaking a little bit here. Give it a bit of it. Now some people get right into it, and you know, I'll just put in a little bit of a bend in each one. Some people get along and they knead the whole blasted thing, and you can sometimes do that and you'll actually kill the entire blasted cane. You know, you'll just, and this will turn out dead, and it'll end up like a blackened sort of a look, sort of like that. Just a blackened dead look. It's all dry. But that means you've gone a little bit too far with it all. Gotta get some of this crap out of the way. There we go, that's sort of about right. And I've got to loop this end up and over. That's good enough. You'll notice there's little bits of sort of kinks in it, like it's certainly, you know, like there, you know, and you can actually get those to assist you to wrap around or kink back, sort of lock it into place a bit. Sometimes it always turns out that the kinks don't really work out in the right areas, but other times they do work out in the right areas and it works very well. And you can often get these little clingers to actually act as things to stop that from sort of flipping over there. There we go, there's a good bend there, and that'll help lock that in place there. And same again and again. Snip these up to a reasonable length. That's pretty much it. With some of these you have extra bits hanging off, and you'll have extra bits that sort of come. It's sort of like this one. But you can have some real large ones, some of the bigger ones that are literally, 6 inches long. And I generally, leave it both 2 buds, bang, like that. So to wrap that one around. Here comes the wind again. Sort of so that, in effect, like this one's sort of one underneath, which I really shouldn't have underneath, but that'll grow up right because of the sunlight anyway. But sometimes you get these on here on the top, and you sort of just leave those with your base one where it's come out, and then sort of 2 more buds. So they all end up sticking up like that. If you actually get a cane that's big enough that it does actually have these, because not that many do. And that's how, this sort of thing is supposed to be if it wasn't neglected, is basically a big heavy lump like this with individual ones with 2 buds, 1 basal at the base obviously, and 2 buds all along several inches apart, and you have about 5 per plant sort of thing. And yeah, but anyway, that gives you a bit of an idea of how to train grapevines.